All right, baby. Today is Thursday. It's November 21st. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Here in studio, I am joined by a guest that I've been trying to get for a year and a half. 2 years?
2 years.
How long you been here?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
We've been trying to do this sit down for a long time. From Marshall High School, Patrick Beverley.
You're a special guy, especially in the city of Chicago. So it's only right that I'm able to bless this podcast, Dog Walk. Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on. Right. It's great. It's great to be here.
You live with like Chicago on your sleeve, and I respect that.
That's what I always say. Like, that's kind of what I'm here to do, is kind of represent it. That's like the greatest compliment I could get, is being like, hey, you rep it well.
No, you rep it the best.
I appreciate that.
I'll give you that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Before we get into it, though, I want to talk about a Chicago company.
Okay.
All right, we're doing an ad here, Pat.
Okay.
You ever had Portillo's?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Portillo's.
Well, Portillo's hit.
Tell them about it. What do you get there?
Fries on the dough. You get the Italian beef, and you can get it how you want it. You can get it dry, you can get it soaked, or you can get it just a little wet. You can get the peppers that got a little spice to it, but a little sweetness to it too. I mean, you can get anything you want. I fuck with Portillo's.
Of course, yeah.
And the service. I'm talking about, this is the service they give you is pre-Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
That's what people keep forgetting. They were the first people that had motherfuckers out there by the car standing around. Portillo's was. Straight up. They are the founders. So yeah, shout out to Portillo's.
100%.
Yeah.
They also got the newest cake flavor they've launched in 20 years. It's a salted caramel spice cake. Go check that out. It's only available for the fall. You can get it in a cake shake variation. And like Pat said, they got the beefs, they got the dogs, they got the burgers, they got it all, man.
Oh, I fuck with Portillo's.
Yeah, Chicago's finest. So go order at Portillos.com or head to your local Portillos to satisfy your Chicago-style cravings today, and check it all out.
Love that.
Yeah. All right, Pat. So let's kind of get into the beginning. All right.
Okay.
So you grew up West Garfield Park. How long did you live there? Because the story, you broke it down for me a little more, but high school, obviously I knew you went to Marshall, you did a stint at Wabanzi.
Yeah. I
talked to a lot of local people here, so I kind of want to get like the full story.
Okay.
But, like when we'll start there. Where did you start hooping? Like, when was it?
So I remember hooping as long as I can remember. I don't know, 3-4 years old, right? Grew up in the city, west side of Chicago. A lot of pretty women in bad neighborhoods grow up, and they usually date the bad guy in the neighborhood. And unfortunately and fortunately for me, that was my mom. Beautiful beauty. But in the hood, it's not so much you can do with that beauty. She went to Lane Tech, probably at that time one of the smartest high schools, graduated there.
Oh yeah, it's a great CPS school.
Yeah, so my upcoming was fast and slow a lot. My grandma adopted a ton of children, 11 boys and girls. So I have like 11, 12 cousins.
Wow.
So the household was pretty deep. My grandmother, rest in peace, her sweet soul, was the first person in the family to even own a home. So that was a big thing in our family, owning your own home. And mom was pretty, very independent. Raised me without a dad. No child support, no funny shit like that. Did it the Chicago way. You feel me? So big shout out to moms. So moms, dated a guy who was real big in the streets at the time, and his vision was, he didn't want, I had a sister, he had a daughter. I called her my sister. She died also. Rest in peace, her sweet soul. His thing is he don't want his children been raised in Chicago like any other father who has a ton of money, illegally or legally.
Yeah.
So his thing was, okay, let's find a place in the suburbs. Obviously, it's violence around him too, so he didn't want us around that also. So in his mind, moved to a neighborhood in Naperville, and this is our new life, it's our new start. It was cool. It lasted, I don't know, almost 2 or 3 years. Then he died, and then my worlds got switched again. So not only am I not in good living situations or good academic situations, my life twists and turns, and me and my mom are now standing in a motel right off the Manhattan exit, and I had to take a taxi to school every day and hop out early because I don't have money to pay for the taxi.
What's it over there? Like Maywood you're talking on,
like,
Manhattan?
no, Manhattan. It's like the Manhattan exit. It's like literally hotels all to the left, motels all the way to the left. So
like
me and
Melrose
mom's
Park,
me and my mom's, we stayed in that motherfucker for I don't know, a year and some change when I was in high school.
Okay, so this was freshman year. You go to Waubonsie.
So I'll go to Waubonsie. 7th, 8th. I'm talking about I'm in Naperville 7th, 8th grade.
Okay, so 7th, 8th grade in Naperville.
Yeah, and then at the time, the guy who raised me, he died my 8th grade year. I'm a freshman going to high school, and then that's when everything started going kind of downhill for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then after freshman year, you left?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't like keep you, or why didn't you try to stay in Naperville? Do you remember?
I mean, I wasn't doing well in school.
No.
I wasn't even playing basketball.
Oh, really?
I was literally playing on like the intramurals team, and I'm walking in telling the guy who runs it like, yeah, I'm gonna be an All-American. Guy looking at me like, it's All-American? The fuck are you? You're not even playing on the current team here at school. What do you mean All-American?
Well, why weren't you playing? Did you like not try out?
I mean, I tried out. I tried out. I mean, I was always the best guy in that area for my grade. I had a coach named Dave Sauerball. He was real strict. He told first meeting, he told me, no need to even try out for my team. He's the varsity coach. No need to try out my team. I don't even accept freshmen. So he kind of killed my shit from day one. So I'm damn. I made freshman team, played well, but after that it was just, fuck, I'm playing freshman for, and I'm killing varsity motherfuckers every day. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck, like.
So you were on the team, but you were on the freshman team.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
Yeah, my freshman year. Yeah.
Okay.
So after that, grades weren't good. Couldn't play basketball anymore. So I just was like the intramural star, hooping every day, hooping out to every intramural game, every open gym at the school. I'm there. I'm hooping. I'm killing, normal shit.
And so you're on Manheim, and you're taking the train down to Marshall.
First, I'm taking taxi. Like, I get down there in taxi, like, yeah, it's $43. Like, yeah, hold on, let me go get my bag. Whoop him. Don't see taxi no more. But then I started doing it so much that they started like, okay, you gotta leave something. Then I gotta hang on to that. Okay, you can take my backpack. I throw some fake books in there. Take my backpack and get right back. Whoop him. Yeah. I got a whole nother backpack. So I'm finding ways to finesse the system, but over so many times they stop coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like 16 at this time.
Yeah.
Do you remember like the hotel and everything or not?
Yeah, it was like the Motel 6 over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's right over there.
I'm from that area.
Yeah, it's literally right over there to the left.
Yeah. So rewind a little bit.
I'm telling you, I walk in room, me and mom's in that motherfucker, we got it shutting off. I'm sleeping on couch. I'm getting free breakfast in the morning. I'm just trying to find rides to school all the way from there to Marshall. Mm-hmm. Mind you, I'm giving my first 25 a game.
Yeah, it was. How did you end up at Marshall though? Like, well, how did you go back? Because your grandma had the address?
So my grandma had the Chicago address, but I went to this place at the Golden Dome in the West Side. It's where they usually box at. And it was an outside tournament one summer. And, somebody told me to play. And I played. And I didn't know all the outside tournament was basically all the kids from high school. I don't know, I just destroyed it. I don't know, I was coming in, I was dunking on people, I was shooting threes, but that was my game. I was the outside king at the time. Mm-hmm. And one of the coaches saw me, and he merged me with their team, and I was the best player, and he merged me with their summer team, and I'm the best player, and his name was, what was his name? Fuck, man, I need to know his name. His name was...
He was a coach?
Danny T. He was a coach. He was a coach, long ponytail. He was the first person who found Patrick Beverley in Chicago. Yeah. He coached the sophomore basketball team in Marshall. His name was Danny T. He got me. He's the first motherfucker who got me, introduced me to Lamont Bryan, and the rest was history.
Damn. So you're virtually unknown.
Yeah.
This was not like a thing. It's like, this kid's gonna be good. Like, for him, he's a freshman. By the time he becomes a senior, he's gonna be it. You were nobody.
Nobody.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, but everybody knew like he can hoop, but they just, how the fuck he can hoop and he he's a freshman, he's not playing.
Yeah.
So.
Did you meet your real dad at all?
Yeah, I met him. I met him every time I got in trouble.
Yeah.
Every time I got in trouble, mom would bring me over there, right? But then I start figuring out route that mom takes from grandma's house, her mother's house, and he stayed with his mother to his mother's house, and I'm like, okay, this ain't nothing but like a 10-minute drive. This is a 10-minute drive out west. It's a 22-minute walk. I can make that. So then shit started dropping me off. You feel me? Like, and he was on like cocaine, real bad, cocaine, heroin, real bad at a young age. I'm talking about like first time he did drugs, he might have been 14, 15 years old, type shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that until I got older, but so I walk in household, he'll walk the fuck out. So I just be with grandma and his brother. You know, his brother, my Uncle Darnell, he texts me every single day. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's
crazy. Like, text me every single day. Like, not one day goes by he doesn't text me. So
just random shit, or just checks in?
Yeah. Glory morning, send me some scriptures. I seen the game last night, type shit. Yeah. Every single day. So that was kind of like father figure to me, you know, while, you know, being away from the guys, you know, that my mom used to be with, type shit.
So was there any thought in your head, because like you said, those guys are glorified where you're from, right?
Yeah.
Like they get the pretty girls, they get the power, they get the money, they get the cars.
Yeah.
Was there any part of you that was hard not to go down that road?
I mean, I think organically, like if you're around that, you become a product of your environment, right? So I think it's a lot of traits that I took from that. Ability not to give up, toughness, having a moral code, standing for something strong, understanding the importance of family, right? Basically, like, you know, my grandma, she seen a guy in there to raise me. She, you know, you watch all Italian movies that'll tell you all the answers you need to be how to be a man. So that was like my intro of being a man. Me with her watching different Godfathers and shit like that, all the Italian movies. Yeah, you know. So I got the Italian way really fast being in Chicago.
So sliding down the wrong path and going with that group was not an option because your family backbone was there for you.
Yeah, and the option at the same time, because when shit did hit the fan, that's exactly what I did when I left school. You know, it was something that was so comfortable and so natural to me that, you know, all my friends were doing it. Everyone I looked up to at the time was doing it.
Was going like the wrong path?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, drugs. I mean, but in Chicago, it's not the wrong path. It's the right path. You know, in a lot of cases. You feel me? You get to provide for your family at a young age. You know, your mom and dad not around, your mom working, your sisters, you know, I don't know, younger sister, you got to put food on the table. So back then, it was opportunity. You looked at it as opportunity to be a man.
I've never thought of it that way, but that's so true. Like people think of it like, oh, I don't slide down this road, but I mean, like you said, it's not only glorified, but it pays the bills.
Yeah, I get to put a smile on my mom's face every day. I walk in here with a fistload of cash. Yeah, every day. I don't have to worry about moms being with this guy to pay the bills. I don't have to worry about moms thinning herself out just to keep food on the table. Being with this guy just to keep lights on. Like, nah, I can provide for my sister and my mom. I look like the man, whether if I'm doing whatever I'm doing is legal or not. That's the mindset in Chicago.
Yeah, for sure. And
when your friends are doing it, it makes it even more okay. Like, oh shit, I got 4 other motherfuckers that's selling drugs with me that I wake up and see every day. Oh yeah, it ain't that bad. It's cool.
You think it's like a cycle that could be broken or no?
I think anything can be broken, right? But I think it's it's a culture and education issue, right? And I don't mean like book education. I mean like opportunities of what you want to be in life. Like if I didn't hoop, I wouldn't know what I wanted to be. That's the truth. Feel me? If I didn't hoop, I'd be another statistic. You know what I'm saying? That's sad to say, but that's what the reality is. Feel me? I spoke about, you know, the children that my grandmother raised, you know, six boys, 6 girls. All the boys are either dead or in jail that have been raised with me. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like I would have been 7th. Right? Yeah. You know, it was just, you know, I don't know, I just had a very good household that kept me on the straight and narrow, and I had a real big passion and self-confidence that a lot of people didn't have growing up.
So that was kind of the difference, is you were your own guy, and that you really took the message versus maybe your brothers.
And I seen the fuck ups, right? I seen the neighborhood, like my whole neighborhood was full of hoopers. Like I'm talking about our neighborhood probably has the most hoopers in Chicago. I'm talking about all coulda, woulda, shouldas, all of them, all the older guys. I'm talking about we got guys playing like Michael Jordan. We got point guards playing like Spud Webb. We got 3-mans playing like motherfucking Trail Sprewell. Like we got all these type of older guys who went to college and fucked up, or you know, got a scholarship to college and didn't go, or was there for a month but was homesick, was there for a year, came back and got into some trouble. So I had a ton of those guys, a ton. And it's time to hoop. Okay, Pat, we go take you with us type shit. You know, I came from being the last pick at the park to like, you know, the first guy that they pick up in the morning to go play basketball against different hoods. You know what I'm saying? So like my basketball background has been there since I was a child. So I just seen where they all fucked up at, and I was like, okay, cool.
Do you think?
And I still end up fucking up.
Do you think you were ever close to being a coulda, shoulda, woulda?
Every day.
Yeah.
I still think it.
Like
but
you like, is there a certain amount of, like, obviously you're supremely talented and you had the mindset to get where you are today, and you fought the adversity, but like, do you ever think like, man, like this easily could have been?
All the time. I think that's why I'm so like surprised. You got to think, it's no one has ever went to the NBA from my area ever, right? You hear about the D Rose, you hear about the Will Bynums, you hear about Tony Allens, Jabari Parkers, all them motherfuckers from Southside.
Yeah. When
you speak about a West Side Chicago basketball player, you can't think of anyone else.
Yeah, you got to go to like Proviso.
Yeah, but that's not even for us. That's not even Chicago.
No,
anymore.
It's the suburbs. Yeah.
So you got to think, I'm the only person who's ever came out the West Side of Chicago who's had this much success, this much stardom, you know, ever. So for me, you got to think it hits different for me when I come through Chicago and I come through in my white Rolls Royce. It hits different, and everybody looking at me like, man, he's the only motherfucker who's ever done this. You know, so I'm, you know, for me, everyone in Chicago, they treat me like Jay-Z everywhere.
Yeah, it's respect.
You know what I'm saying? Ultimate respect, because I'm the only one.
There's no one from Westinghouse.
Yeah, like I'm still like, you gotta think I'm lasting longer than D Rose.
Yeah, you are. You obviously, yeah.
And that's the truth.
Yeah,
that's the truth. I played 12 years in NBA. I played 5 years overseas. I'm on year 18 right now, 17. Like,
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the only one who's done this ever from that Chicago area. So it's always a respect thing.
Yeah, well, that's good. Hey, let's take another break because I want to talk about ChevyDriveChicago.com. It's already the holiday season. Your local Chevy dealer has everything you want for your wish list, a new SUV or an Equinox EV. Chevy has the gift you want and need. Find your local Chevy dealer at ChevyDriveChicago.com today. If you're not shopping for a new car and just need to make sure your car is safe and weather ready for the season, your local Chevy dealer service center is the place to go. That can't be stressed enough. The last thing you want to do is be on the side of the road when you're headed to Thanksgiving. It's just the last thing. You're in bumper-to-bumper traffic, got to pull over, holding up traffic, so everyone's mad. Maybe you're in charge of the turkey. The turkey doesn't get there on time. That's a disaster. So make sure it's all running right. And as always, find your local Chevy dealer at ChevyDriveChicago.com, the official truck partner of the Chicago Bears. And like I said, while you're there, check out the SUV lineup and that Equinox EV. It's all good stuff. So ChevyDriveChicago.com, go check it out. That's good. I'm sure you saw Hoop Dreams as a kid, right?
I did never.
Never saw it?
I only saw it when they did the part 2 on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for Hoop Dreams, obviously, I think Roger Ebert said it was like the best picture in 92, 94. I forget exactly which year. And they chronicled St. Joe's, Marshall, you know, and they said like there was a thing as the Hoops Pass. Did you get that or no? Or are you still unknown? Like nobody knew? Nobody knew. Is a Hoops Pass even real?
I don't even know what that is.
A Hoops Pass, they said, in that thing was like the gangs and shit wouldn't fuck with you because they knew that you were a basketball player. Yeah, but in my area, everyone was a basketball player. Yeah. So they were just all gangbanging too. And everybody thought that they were better than the other person, right? Yeah. That's why I'm kind of confused because, like, how do you really distinguish? Like, all right, that guy's really that good? No, I think we were distinguished based off my grandmother's name and my mother's name. Mm-hmm. You got to think a lot of women who from Chicago, raised in these areas, have been with someone who's done some fucked up shit, right? And I don't know. You've been with a guy who stole from this person, or been with a guy who shot this person. My grandmother's name and my mother's name have always been clean in Chicago. Always been real respected women in Chicago. So most of all my respect came from
my grandmother and mother. Like my mom wasn't just out here just on crack and out here doing bad and selling asses to get by. You know, like my grandma was the first homeowner. You know, she adopted 11 kids, so she owned a candy store. She was the candy lady. You know what I'm saying? So it was always a work ethic grind that I always seen, you know, coming up. So my respect always came from my grandmother and my mother.
Where was that house at?
The first house was on like Laverne, and the second house was on like Kildare Hirsch, K-Town. So first house in L-Town, second house in K-Town.
Is the candy store still there?
No. She stopped. When I got a pro, I moved everybody to Houston.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Everyone.
So my grandma passed in Houston. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you ever so how often do you, like when you land and you get in the roles, how often you should still go back over there?
When I played for the Bulls, I was there nights after games, day before games.
Yeah.
Still go to the same church we went to when my grandma took us. I mean, we played Memphis on the Madden game, like a 12 o'clock game. I think I went to on Easter. I think I went to church, rode through the hood on Kedzie and Madison, and went to the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's important.
What was that like?
For me, it's normal.
Yeah.
Right. But when I bring my girl to, and I can't put up with it anymore. I can't see it anymore. It looks too bad. The city looks soulless. That was her words. It's like this city looks soulless. Everywhere small. You know what I'm saying? And for us, you got to think, we looking out a window like, yeah, when I grow up, I'm going to stay right down there in that building. Like, no. I'm going to stay right there by that building. No, fuck that. I'm going to stay right there by that building. And now, you know, I'm top 4 at the Trump.
Pretty crazy.
Well, not pretty normal to me. I said I was going to do it.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah.
What was it like the first time you got to play for the Bulls, though?
One of my teammates asked me that overseas. We talking like, well, he was like, man, what was your funnest times? I put on that Bulls jersey.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it's different when you're a kid on a porch and you're watching it. You know, you 8 friends and your grandma and granddad watching it on the porch while they winning the championship. And you get to hear the starting lineup from North Carolina, you know, and then you hear that from Chicago, Illinois, Patrick Beverley, you know, and for me, I wasn't like coming off the bench. You know, I'm the starting point guard of the team. So like, I heard that from Chicago, Illinois, every single game. It gave me something that, you know, I seen the Bulls run through the air. You know, it's different watching the pregame and the Bulls running down Madison and knocking over the bus. And it's different when you really from this shit.
Yeah.
From this shit. And then I was here, we won a ton of games too. So
yeah. So that was was that like the biggest pinch for you moment? Because at some point you do get numb, right? It's just life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm a Rocket. Yeah. Like, I'm in the league. This is my life, right? I'm a Clipper. Like, what was that like? A moment you stepped back?
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild. And then, you know, the condo I had at the time was like we called that bitch like it's the place Batman had.
The Batcave?
Yeah, something like that. But it was real. I had the best rooftop in Chicago. I had best one, hands down, best one. I mean, it was 2 levels and elevators in it, and so it was a lot of fun after the games. A lot of house parties, a lot of game nights, and then we're winning too, so the vibes are high too. So yeah, Chicago was a vibe. And then I'm rich as fuck at that time too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm probably at the maximum of what I've ever earned.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure. Yeah. So you're in a great spot career wise. Yeah, you're in your home city.
I'm doing pod.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really having my way.
You're getting texts from Uncle Darnell.
Yeah, everything's cool. I get to pull up at Jimmy's. I get to go to Tavern on Rush, see Uncle Benny. You know, I get to go to my famous pizza spots. I get to go to old neighborhoods. I get to go to the nightclub. I get to go to Soho. I get to, you know, like my shit was different. I get to stand on the block with the homies. Okay, cool. Game the next night. I see y'all later. You know what I'm saying? I get to have private parties with different people also. So it was just different.
You know what, you're 36?
36.
20 years ago, you're in a motel on fucking Manheim.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Chicago, it's literally the same old Chicago story though.
For some people.
Most people.
A lot of people don't get that happy ending. I don't want to say ending, but you know what I mean? They don't get this. They don't get this. They don't get to that top.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? Like how many, like realistically, how many people do you know that was good enough to make it?
Everybody.
Yeah?
Yeah, it shocks me sometimes that I'm still playing.
Yeah. Is there anyone is there a certain guy that comes to mind that you ever think about?
There was a guy in the neighborhood named Jairi. He played just like Michael Jordan. And mind you, our neighborhood was full of basketball players. He was one of the coldest basketball players I think I've ever seen in my life. 6'4", 6'5". He could hang in the air, do all type trip layups. He shot just like Michael Jordan. You got to think, Michael Jordan was in Chicago for I'm 36 so those 40, 42-year-olds, that was everything they knew. Bulls, 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 Bulls. That's pinnacle Bulls.
Yeah.
You're at an age, you're not at an age where you're like me, where you might catch one game and cheer. You're at the age where you're locked in on the TV, young adult at bar, cheering for your city. So all those guys, they mimic everybody from the Bulls, the star player, which is Michael Jordan. So my neighborhood was crowded with talent.
Yeah.
Crowded with talent. The older guys were the most talented, and that shit just rubbed out on all of us.
What happened to Jairi, you said?
And shot and killed.
Really?
Same hood story.
Was he in the thick of the stuff, or was he
They
just caught in the fire? Or?
Caught in the fire, wrong guy. They thought it was somebody else and it was somebody else. But you hear that story in the hood all the time.
Yeah.
Who killed Cornbread? It was a movie. A New York movie. Same story all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
What about so you're playing year was the year I remember was the John Shire year.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
Shout out to John Shea.
So I was all prepared before to be like, hey, you should have got Illinois Mr. Basketball, not Shire.
Yeah, I should have.
You think so?
For sure.
I thought you told me before, you're like, oh no, he was fucking sick.
But he was doing it for 4 years.
Yeah.
If he was to do mine by year, of course I get it. But his body of work was way different. He was downstate every year as a sophomore, as a junior, as a senior.
Yeah.
He committed to Duke. One thing I can say about John Shea that a lot of people might not know, Jonathan Shire, when I say John Shea, he wasn't ducking shit. He was coming to the hood and pulling up on motherfuckers.
Really?
Right? And that was our whole thing. We'll see him like, yeah, man, you do all that shit. You do that shit at your school. All right. I think it was his junior year. He started coming to the hood, pulling up, playing, busting motherfuckers' ass. Right? I'm coming downtown. Yeah, okay, cool. I ain't gonna come to y'all hood. Y'all meet me downtown. That's closer than for Glenbrook North. You know what I'm saying? St. Ignatius closer to Glenbrook North. Proviso West closer to the city than Glenbrook North. I meet you motherfuckers there. Fuck it, we'll hoop there. He was tearing motherfuckers up.
Really?
We used to call him the White Mike.
Really? The White Mike?
That's what we called him.
Yeah, because for people that outside of Chicago that don't know.
He was probably one of the greatest high school basketball players to ever touch the ball.
Unbelievable.
Shit he used to do. And then you see him, you're like, damn, this motherfucker tall, legit 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah. Because to a lot of people, he's just another white guy who went to Duke.
Yeah.
And he was good at Duke, but he wasn't.
Not to us. He was literally the best high school basketball player for us that we've ever seen.
Yeah,
and Derrick Rose has ever seen.
Yeah? Rose says that too?
We used to be in that motherfucker. This motherfucker cold.
Yeah.
He don't miss. He has size. You never seen a motherfucker this size.
Yeah.
You see Sean Livingston, but that's Peoria.
Yep.
You see Julian Wright, but that's home with Flossmoor. You see him, but he doing this shit against black motherfuckers, black motherfuckers. National level, AAU circuit, however. John Shea, Jonathan Shire. You go on that motherfucking Chicago Hoops or Hoops Elite website, his name was #1 since freshman year.
Yep.
Everybody was trying to catch his ass. And to fast forward it, I think I'm the last person he's played basketball with in the NBA. I'm on the court when, he lost his eye. Joe Ingles poked him in the eye. He got to get, his eyes fucked up. Down there went blind after college. We were trying to make it to the NBA. We were with the Heat together. You got to think it's a whole nother vibe for me. Not only am I signed with the Heat, I'm with Jonathan Shire, who I've been competing with since high school, since the ton, who stole Mr. Basketball from me. He's trying to make a team now that I'm literally already on. I'm looking at, and Sharon Collins get calls from Michael Jordan and don't report, and then I'm the one who's been playing in the NBA the longest out of my whole class.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but you got to think our class is elite. You got to think it's me, Sharon Collins, Jonathan Shire, Jerome Randall, JaVale McGee.
I didn't realize that.
JaVale McGee was in our class.
Where did he go?
He go to Hales Franciscan, but they were single A.
Oh, shit. Didn't Carlwell, too? The big center?
Yep.
Yeah, Brian Carlwell?
Yep. So, there's a ton of people that played that had success that was in our class that a lot of people don't even know.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting hearing from your guys' perspective because I'm sure as soon as he played, you guys were ready to eat him alive. Like there was
every time, and he was ducking no smoke, and he was on the same shit. Like, okay, y'all ready for me? I'm ready for y'all ass. Come on, I'll pull up in the hood. I'm gonna give y'all ass 30. Y'all come to my neighborhood. Y'all definitely gonna lose, and I'm gonna give y'all ass 30 there. Proviso West sold out. That's cool. I'm gonna give you 30. He was cold. Yeah. John Shea was cold.
He was so good in high school.
He was really good.
What about Rose?
He was just different.
Yeah.
He was real quiet, but his quiet was his confidence, and no one knew about it. So he was just real quiet, just killing motherfuckers, dunking on motherfuckers.
Yeah. But you were like, this guy, because he's a year younger than you.
Yeah.
So he was a junior when you were a senior.
Yeah. So you seen him coming up when Simeon always had a good team, but they had a guy before him named Calvin Brock that looked very similar. Light-skinned kid, can shoot it, can dunk a little bit. So he was always in the shadows of him, but when Calvin Brock left, it was literally D Rose, and it was subtle. Like he was the number one guy out south, but being from out west, you really don't hear from out south, you know, because we don't really play a lot of teams from out south. So when we did play them, we beat their ass by 30, and we played them again, they beat us, you know. So my record was just 1-1 against them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you know he was gonna be what he was gonna be?
Yeah, for sure.
Like no doubt.
No doubt. Like you have your crews. It's like the elites of the elites. Like we were the young elites of Chicago at the time. Me, D Rose, Jerome Randall, Sharon Collins, John Shire. You know what I'm saying? So you know guys. Then you start being around them a little bit more. Then you start seeing them a little bit more. Then you start seeing them at the park. You see them summertime. You see them here, and become a fraternity. And then especially the guys that go to big colleges like we all did. You know, like we all wanted to go to Illinois and do what Luther Head and everyone else did. But I think they only offered like Sharon Collins and Jonathan Shire and didn't offer anyone else type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck the whole Illinois shit up.
That was bad.
Bruce Weber fucked that up.
Yeah, because it was now in Illinois and Duke for Shire.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And they chose Duke and Illinois.
Yeah.
Feels like they're better now, but they didn't recover for a long time.
Yeah. We were supposed to, it was supposed to be me, John Shire, Sharon Collins at Illinois. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to recreate that 3-man shit they did with D Brown and D Will and Luther Head.
Was that part of the reason why he didn't go? Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Once he made his decision, no one chose Illinois. No one chose Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get anyone. You think about that. Those 2 years, they didn't get anyone.
No.
Evan Turner.
No.
Out all that talent. Like JaVale McGee went to Nevada.
They got McCamey, right?
Yeah, Demetri McCamey.
Yeah, he went there.
He went to St. Joe's, but he wasn't really like, he was killing, but he wasn't like smoking the city.
Yeah.
Like, we were smoking the city.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think, John Shire went to Duke, Sharon went to Kansas, Jerome Randall went to Cal, JaVale McGee went to Nevada, I went to Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Will Walker, he went to DePaul. Like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't get anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So
you'd say, though, Shire's the best high school player you've ever seen?
Not ever. Will Bynum's probably is. He's from Chicago. He went to Crane.
Okay.
But John Shire's for sure up there.
Up there?
Yeah.
So, like, do you remember talking to Rose when he got drafted by the Bulls? Or was that like, or were you like kind of?
Nah, I mean, like, we were homies, so it was like I was at his house a lot. I was, you know, shit like that. Yeah, just normal shit.
What's like the way it ended up for him? Is it like a sad story to you, or like how do you kind of view everything?
I mean, you got to think he did shit. If I've done shit that no one else done for Chicago, he's done shit that no one's done for Chicago. You know, come be number one pick. Mm-hmm. Come get MVP in your city. Youngest MVP. You know, for him to get drafted here, that's what fucked that. We was like, no way he get drafted Chicago. He get number one pick of Chicago. I mean, it was almost too good to be true.
And then the injuries and everything.
And that's the only thing, but you can't control that.
No.
You know, like those same injuries happen now. You know, he bounced back from it because of the medicine we have now. You know, so.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's
it's just fucked up.
It's like a fucking tragedy here, you know?
It's fucked up.
It is.
Yeah, it's fucked up. We got to think, I'm sick to the stomach when I hear him retire. Sick. I'm overseas, like I'm dealing with a funeral. I'm hurting. I'm depressed. Not D Rose. Like I'm hurting.
Yeah.
You know, so like.
Do you still talk to him much?
Yeah.
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 Is he like doing all right with everything? Like.
Yeah. He made the right decision. I think he.
Yeah.
In his mind, he feel like he made the right decision. He
like,
gave the league a ton of years.
Yeah, but like knowing how much of a competitor he is, like, do you think it? like crushes him that it didn't work? How?
Hell yeah, we from Chicago.
Yeah.
We from Chicago. That shit. You know, we grow up playing on concrete. You never want to lose a game on the concrete. So I can just imagine how he felt, especially the way that people were talking about him, like he just was no good. You're like, damn, like, I'd still kick anybody ass out here. Go to Minnesota, give you 50.
That game was awesome.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah,
he different. He touched by the Angels, man. He different.
What made you go to Arkansas?
I didn't want to go to Michigan because it was too close to home.
Really?
Yeah.
And why didn't you want to be close to home?
Because I just wanted to get away from everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get away from everything.
Yeah, just distractions.
Everybody. I want to know I'm having a bad time. I'm close enough to home to drive there. I'm in Arkansas. I got to drive home 9 hours, 10 hours.
Yeah, not too
Michigan, 3 hours. That's too much. That's too easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to be further away.
What was the first big culture shock when you went down there?
I seen girls with high heels on.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't wear high heels in Garfield Park?
Hell no.
No.
Motherfuckers wear the shoes we wear. Timbs and Jordans. That was my number one. I remember telling everybody that too. Bro, so many girls got on heels, bro. What is these things they have on their feet? High heels.
That's funny.
It's the truth.
So you did 2 years there.
2 years there.
And then something bad happens.
Not bad. Something normal happens.
What happened?
A tutor did my paper.
You what'd you say?
A tutor did like a paper for me.
Okay, so someone wrote your paper, you turned it in.
Yeah.
You got caught?
Yeah.
And was it like
I didn't get caught. It was I got suspended for an online class. Think about that. This is an online class. The tutor prior took this class before me, I don't know, years back. And she took her paper, put my name on it, and turned it in. I think she didn't even change her words.
No, and they just...
I'm trying to see if it was an inside job now that I look back on it.
Maybe. You still got connects over there? Is she still there?
Yeah, John Tyson, that's the biggest connect.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got to look into that.
Yeah.
See if it was an inside job.
Yeah.
So then at that point, though, are you projected to go to the NBA?
Yeah, hell yeah. First round.
So you're first round projected?
Yeah, I'm USA team, second leading scorer, first in assists, second in rebounds, first in steals, second in blocks. I'm the captain of the USA team. Steph Curry's on that team. Like,
why didn't you come out after the first year then?
I don't know. I just want to go back and do a second.
Yeah. And then, so what do you think fucked it up? That the issue, like, did some teams like blacklist you because of that?
Not blacklist, but just what does he had going? I had kids. I had like 2 kids back to back my freshman year, sophomore year.
At Arkansas?
At Arkansas.
From Arkansas girls?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. So that was like, is he all right type shit?
Yeah. So as they would say in the scouting business, they had character concerns?
Yeah, probably so. But then you could look at it. I get drafted out of second division Ukraine the next year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not the 55th pick, it was the 41st pick. 42nd pick from Ukraine.
So was that like something you look back at though? You're like, fuck, I would have liked to go in the first round.
Yeah, but everybody rode different.
Yeah.
Everybody rode different.
Do you still talk to those ladies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mother of my children, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Moved them to Houston. Yeah. Moved the whole family to Houston.
And then you get to that situation where you decide to go overseas instead of sitting out the suspension?
Yeah.
What played into that? You just...
Children.
That's it?
Yeah.
You just need to provide?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought that might have been the only path at that point to get on the
court.
court.
No, I could have transferred, went to another school. I got an offer from Duke, a couple offers from US. I got an offer from you got to think I'm the hottest college basketball player at the time. So like every college want me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting all type of shit. I got
Damn,
USC.
you could have played at Duke?
Duke.
That would have been awesome.
So when my coach left after my freshman year, and they had like, okay, Pat might want to leave. First team they called, Duke.
Could have played with Shire.
Yeah, he could play with me.
Yeah. So then you do the overseas, and is that at that point, like, are you starting to doubt that you're going to make it to the NBA?
No, so the overseas was the route to get me to the NBA. I had an NBA coach named Bob Dunwall. He coaches for assistant coach at the University of Texas right now. So I had him as a coach, and he's the coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So he gave me all the inside scoops, his connections. He got me into the Euro camp. I went to Euro camp. I was the only American in the Euro camp. I got MVP. You're talking about this Euro camp where all European greats go. You know, I was look on the list. It's Adidas camp. I'm MVP. And I just worked out for every single team. I worked out for every single team in the NBA. And there were group workouts. So I did individual workouts and I did group workouts, meaning like a group of us and every NBA team was there. And I just destroyed everybody.
Were the Bulls ever interested at that point? Or?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but not really. You got to think, I'm driving down to Deerfield. I'm on the court. It's me, Jimmy Butler, Kurt Heinrich, D Rose. I'm working out for the Bulls, trying to get a summer spot, trying to get you know, one of the coaches say I didn't play defense good enough.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like your thing.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I had success. I come down, play open gym, kill. You know what I'm saying? Joakim Noah's there. Tyus Thomas is there. Like I'm in the midst of the Bulls. I'm a Chicago kid. I'm about to sign with the Bulls. It's always close. It's always close. And then it never just worked out.
July 9, 2015. What was that? Do you remember that day?
Nope.
4 years, $23 million, Houston Rockets.
Oh.
What was that day like?
Damn, I should have waited and got more. Yeah.
Was that the era when everyone was throwing around dumb money? Was that like the Moskov?
Yeah, I signed an extension. I'm in my mind, damn, I could have waited and got more. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. I bought my mom my first house there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What else was your first like big fuck you purchase?
A Rolls Royce.
The same one you got now?
No, I had the Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then like that's it. Like you're in the NBA. You're a mainstay. You go to Clippers, you sign a big deal with them as well.
That shit was wild.
What was wild about it?
Because I turned down $50 million.
Oh, I saw that story you said the other day.
I turned down $50 million from Sac and took 40 from the Clippers.
Do you regret that?
Hell no.
No?
Steve Ballmer owed me 92 courts. Shook hands on it.
Did he see that clip, do you know?
I hope he did.
So for people that don't know what we're referring to, Pat agreed to take $10 million less to go back to the Clippers, but in return, Steve Ballmer would have to build 100 basketball
94,
courts.
Mr. 94 feet.
94 feet, okay.
Yeah, he built 2, but COVID hit. Then they got this $2 billion arena. I'm looking at it like, so where the fuck my course at? Type shit.
Yeah. Have you been to there yet or no?
No, I haven't. But I've been to the court that they built for me. It's real nice.
Cool.
It's at the YMCA. Literally, Patrick Beverley court.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's legit.
That's what I'm saying. I have a couple already. I'm just waiting for the other 92.
You think he'll ever do it?
I mean, he's an honest man, so.
He can if he wants to, right?
Yeah.
What about the best coach you ever played for? Who do you think it is?
Doc.
Doc?
Doc. European, a coach named Uri's of Dotes. NBA, Doc Rivers.
He gets a lot of shit.
Supposed to. It comes with greatness.
Yeah. So it's undeserved?
Sometimes.
Now, is he the best leader or is he the best coach? Because there's a difference.
Doc did everything the right way. I've never seen Doc in places where I was at. I've never seen Doc in places that, I don't know, I go to after games, I have a drink. I never even fucking seen Doc but on the basketball floor. Never heard about any bad stories about him, never heard about anything about him. Didn't know where he was hanging out with who, none of that. Never seen Doc.
So you have seen other coaches in that respect then?
Yeah.
Like why? Just because they want to be part of the limelight?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. So when you get a coaching job, sometimes you think you're bigger than what you are.
Mm-hmm.
And you're allowed to do things that others can't. That was never Doc. He played his fucking golf. He talked with that raspy ass voice. Walked with that fucked up back. He was an honest man though.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing you ask for as a coach.
Yeah.
Give me honesty. Am I playing tonight? No, you're not playing. Pat, shut the fuck up. Okay.
In a lot of respects, like, do you agree that it's almost impossible to coach NBA players?
I think that the definition of a coach is a father figure title from the beginning to start with. I think the best coaches win over the locker room. And you'll see some teams, you'll look at some teams like, man, them motherfuckers, they don't even look like they that good, but our players are willing to play for their coach harder and longer more than they're willing to play for any other coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the key to coaching. The ability to have your players play for longer and harder. right, shows you how good of a coach you are. The minute you play favoritism, the minute you take a side, the minute you make things unfair, and things gonna be unfair anyway, from your superstar player to the motherfucker on the bench, so things gonna be unfair anyway, but the minute you sacrifice your coaching job for relationships is the minute you lose your coaching job.
But are there coaches that can get a player so talented like a LeBron James or a Kevin Durant to actually buy in?
Yeah, if they want to be great. JJ Redick doing it.
Yeah, true, but
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I've been around coaches, and I've been around coaches like, man, you know what, Pat? If I would have just listened to you and just did it my way, like, yeah, I'd rather get fired that way. At least I got fired doing it my way. At least I didn't get fired of thinking I'm doing it the right way, and I get fired like, fuck, I might as well just did what the fuck I wanted to do.
Who's a coach that you really respect that you never got to play for?
Pop.
Yeah. What was different about Pop?
I don't know. He knew the game and he knew life. I feel like he would help me grow up.
Is that from like the obvious from what we see, or is there like something behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes shit that you hear about Pop. Mm-hmm. He just cares about his players off the court too. So, you know, again, that father figure type.
Yeah.
You know, he probably would have, you know, helped me grow up faster.
What about the best teammate you've ever had?
Teammate. Probably James Harden.
Oh.
And he was hard. It's so fucking difficult to play with, bro.
How so?
Because he expected greatness. And it's crazy when he was with Philly, and this was out on the last season. He was with Philly, and we in practice, and we doing pocket passes. He was still on my ass. Why you passing like that? Only left. Only use your left. Working your game. Only his biggest thing, working your game. And I thought at the time he was an awful leader at the time, but looking back on it, he wasn't a great leader. And I also take a lot of shit that I do now, I do it the same way. You know, so yeah, James Harden, very influential player in my game.
That's another one I don't think people would have expected as the answer.
Yeah.
Right?
Well.
So kind of what everyone says, that like the public narrative about Harden is bullshit.
But the public narrative is not basketball. It's never been basketball. It's only been the things he do outside of basketball, the places he hang out with. It's never been about basketball. Mm-hmm. When you talk about James Harden, you never talk about basketball. You always talk about, oh, he's out with this person. He's with this rapper. He's out at this strip club. He's with this girl. It's never about he didn't come and play well.
Well, but I think there's an argument to be made that a leader doesn't request trades as much as he does.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I think that's more on the business side than anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think that's more business side than like not wanting to be there. Mm-hmm. You know, so I think that's more business side.
Who's a player you wish you got to play with?
KD.
Why?
I just wanted to see how his grind was every day, how he approached the game. Yeah. That's my thing. I just want to see how you approach it. Is it something I can take away and be like, okay, I'm gonna add that shit with mine? You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing.
So obviously you really respect his everything.
His legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're in the camp that thinks he's like one of the greats?
Yeah. Touch the ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to argue with. It's hard to argue with.
That motherfucker cold, ain't it?
Yeah, exactly. But obviously what he changed in the NBA, I think that's what a lot of people have a problem with.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's kind of a business thing. Right? It is. How about the worst teammate you ever had?
Worst. Don't really ring a bell.
No?
No.
Worst coach?
Worst coach? My first year coach was Kevin McHale, was fucking great, started me. D'Antoni was second. Bickerstaff was third. Doc Rivers was fourth. T. Lue was fifth. Coach Finch, he's absolutely great coach, was sixth. Billy Donovan, great coach, seventh. Don Ham. Nick Nurse. Doc Rivers again. Great coaches.
All of them are great.
Great coaches.
Will we see you back in the NBA someday?
I got a lot of decisions to make in like the next 3 days.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this comes out on Thursday, so I wonder if it'll be out by then.
Okay.
Will it be out by then or no?
I don't know. I go to Milwaukee tomorrow. We'll see.
All right, Pat. Anything else that we didn't get to you want to talk about?
No, I'm going. I got to go get the kids. Love gang. Subscribe to the motherfucking pod. Shout out to my boy Eddie.
All right.
Had me hop on Dog Walk. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Pat. Appreciate it, man. All right, everybody. That's it for today. That's it for this week. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.